it's me Adele and welcome to my channel Sew for Serenity, where I talk to you about my sewing journey. Welcome back to my regular viewers, and if you're new here, I hope you enjoy this vlog. Welcome to Friday Sews, everybody, and I'm excited to let you know what I've been up to this week. It started off feeling like it wasn't going to be very productive, but for some reason and somehow I've managed to get quite a lot done, so I'm excited to tell you about it. So Friday Sews is a hashtag started by Jen in Jen's Sewing Room. Thank you, Jen, for starting it. It's a hashtag that you can search for on YouTube. It's a quick way to get access to all of the lovely vloggers out there that post under this hashtag, bringing you brilliant sewing content. So without further ado, let me tell you what I've been doing. The first thing I want to let you know about is what I'm wearing. So I shared this on last week's Friday Sews. It is my Billy sweatshirt that I made, a cheap French terry that I got. Can't even remember where I got it from. And it was a remnant piece that I had left over from, I think I used some of it for my Grainline Studio Linden sweatshirt that I made in a kind of it's like an ochre coloured or a mustard coloured French terry with with leopards over it, and I kind of did a colour blocking where I used this on the arms to give it that kind of colour blocked effect. I'll put a picture in if I can find it. I really love that top actually, but I had some left over. As you know, I've been doing a massive clear out of all of my fabrics and getting them onto Stash Hub, and came across this and I thought I'm going to get this used up. And I had this beautiful trim here, and it's this beautiful trim here, and I was going to put it on the arms, but I actually decided the age-old saying of less is more really is true. So I just did 2 lines of this trim, and I think it looks really effective. I'm going to wear this on Mother's Day. I'm having my mum and my mother-in-law over on Mother's Day for a little afternoon tea with the family, so you know it'll be a casual day, so I'm going to wear this. Gives it a little bit of casual but with a little bit of glamour. So really loving this. The only thing I'm annoyed about is that the black on the ribbon on the neckline is a little bit of a different shade, but I'm going to get over it with time. So that's what I've been doing. So this is the Billy, as I said, it's a Billy. I did it in a size 5. I have made my previous Billy in a size 3, but because I've put on a bit of weight and I wanted this to be a bit roomier, I've gone for the 5, and I'm really happy with the fit. So yeah, really happy about that. The only adjustment that I could make is the sleeves are a little bit long on me, but actually I quite like that look. But I think if I was going for more of a smarter look, then you wouldn't want the arms hanging down, so probably need to take 2 inches off the length of the arms, I think, or maybe 3, because they're quite long. I didn't actually notice that on my last Billy, but that might be because I've made a bigger size this time. What pattern companies do obviously is assume that the bigger the size you are, the taller you are, and the longer limbs you have, and that's not always the case, so maybe that's why I've not noticed it before. The next thing that I am pleased to say I finished is my new Craft House everyday dress. So this was the dress that I want to wear tomorrow for the Creative Craft show that's being held in Birmingham. Now I purchased this lovely gingham fabric, which was a polyviscose from Barry's, and I shared this in my, sorry, you'll have to excuse the dog, he's going a bit mental. I shared this in my last week's vlog where I shared my Barry's haul that I got. Now, I was being very optimistic with this poly viscose, thinking it felt quite soft, so hopefully it was more of viscose content. It isn't, it's very poly. When I washed the fabric, it came out a little bit it came out obviously quite creased. And I ironed it, but it's kept this kind of crinkle. It's not a crinkle, it's more like a seersucker like bump. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, I can't really describe it, but you can see there. And it really doesn't press well. When I first pressed it, I actually burnt a hole in it. Not the dress, luckily, the fabric. So I've had to do it on a really low heat, and it's just been a bit of a bugger it's just been a bit of a pain to not only sew, cut, you name it, it's been a pain. So I love the pattern, but the fabric, and I love the overall look of it, but the fabric is a pain. I wish I'd gone for actual viscose, because I think it would have been easier and I would have got a nicer finish with it. But as I say, it's a bit of a wearable toile actually. So you know, there's little things that I'll point out, you know, for me that because it's obviously checks, it's really obvious if you've got a wonky line, and I have kind of got wonky lines there, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm happy with it. So the new Craft House Everyday Dress and Blouse is an absolutely fab pattern. Really liked it. Easy to sew. It's got cuffs on the sleeves, billowy sleeves, bias binding for the neckline. I just used black bias binding, didn't bother making my own, especially with this fabric. And gathered skirt. I didn't do the full length option because I quite like that kind of midi length, so I just shortened this tier to half the size, so it's a much shorter tier. And what else can I say about this dress? I made the size 12. Now, it's still fairly oversized, but I didn't measure the arm holes, the biceps, and I have to say I would like it's not too tight that you can tell, but I would like a little bit more room in there. So I think next time, because the blouse gathers into the binding, it would have been quite easy just to make the binding a bit longer to give yourself a bit more room, so not a really difficult adjustment. I haven't actually took a photograph of myself in it. I have got a photograph of it full length which I'll insert, but I don't want to reveal it till tomorrow because I want to wear it to the Creative Craft Show. I'm going to wear it with black tights and boots, my comfy boots, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to wearing this. I put this gorgeous button on the back, which I think just goes so perfectly, and it was just one that I've got in my little stash. It's I don't even know where they came from. I inherited it from my mum. My mum used to have a sewing kit, and she probably inherited it from her mum, and it was just an odd button that was just perfect. It's got that browny tone in it going into the black, and I'm really happy with it. Little bit of elastic to make the Rolo loop. I always say that wrong. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. Just needs an iron. Oh, and it's got pockets. So it needs a good press. Scared. It needs a good press under a low heat, which I'm going to do tonight because I've got a bit of ironing to do tonight in readiness for tomorrow, which will become apparent in a minute. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with that new Craft House dress, and I'm really keen to make the blouse as well. I think the blouse is really pretty but I want to do it with the long sleeves. I think that'll be really nice. And then the next thing that I haven't finished, I've got it started, and I will just bring the dummy stitch over. Right, so this is the Irene Dress by Fibre Mood, and I shared with you that in my March plans I didn't know what fabric I was going to use, and I actually went for this fabric. Oh my god, what a nightmare. Why did I choose a fabric that had such a bold pattern on it? I'm very pleased with my pattern matching though. As you can see, this is where the buttons go, and look at it. Can you actually see the line? I'm so impressed. Obviously I haven't put the buttons on yet, but it's this it's kind of like very kind of 80s big sleeve. These obviously aren't finished yet. They'll kind of fold over like that. The buttons go down like this. I haven't got any buttons to match yet. I'm thinking either black or maybe fuchsia pink would look really cool, or the green. So when I'm at the Creative Craft Show tomorrow, that's what I'm going to be looking for, some buttons to go with this, and it needs 11. It needs quite a lot of buttons. So yeah, I have done the hard work really. The hem is all finished. I just need to put the buttons on. I think I might have to let it out at the hip a little bit, because it's a little bit snug over my hip. So I have got I've got a centimetre on each side, so I'm going to let it out and give myself an extra half a centimetre, well, an extra centimetre in total. And yeah, I've got to put the collar on as well, but I'm really happy with it. Now this is the dress that I want to wear on the 26th when I go to the Stitch Festival, hopefully. So yeah, I've kind of put this on the back burner because I wanted to crack on with the other things. Now this took a lot of fabric because I was pattern matching. I had 5 meters of this, but because I was pattern matching this dress and it's directional, I don't have much of the fabric left over, but that's okay because I'm happy with it. I'm happy that I'm using the fabric, and I've got it in my stash, you know, I'm using it out of my stash, and yeah, really happy with it. Let me know what you think of it. I think it's going to look great, and I've actually avoided getting tiger boobs, which I did. Well, as long as I wear a bra and my boobs are up here, I won't have tiger boobs. I do have tiger bum though. That's the only problem. So here's my butt. I've got tiger butt, but never mind. That's fine. So yeah, that's the Irene Dress by Fibre Mood, and I traced this out. You'll be proud of me. I traced out the pattern from the Fibre Mood magazine, and it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm never going to be a convert to a tracer, but I'm happy that I did it. Right, let me move this out the way. Right, so they're the things that I've been sewing this week. So I'm quite happy with all that. And what else have I been doing? So other things that I've done is I've printed off some patterns and cut some patterns out in readiness for some makes that I want to do this week. So I suppose we're kind of moving into plans for next week as well. So I'll talk about it all in one go. So the first thing that I've cut out, I'm not going to show you the fabric because this is fabric that I received in a subscription box that I am making up and doing a reveal next week. It's going to be a So Frugal entry. Now, I did only talk about children's wear on my So Frugal vlog, which I'll link up above if you haven't watched it, and I did 10 children's patterns. But this fabric came and straight away I knew I wanted to make a skirt in it. Now, I'm not a skirt person, don't have many skirt patterns, but I was watching Teresa from Lost My Threads vlog on So Frugal, and she mentioned the Sew Over It ruby skirt, which is a free pattern, and it's got elasticated waist, and I know that they're doing the Florence skirt with Size Me Sewing, and I did print that off. However, it's not an elasticated waist, it's a facing and a zip, which is all fine, it looks lovely, but for me at the moment, because I'm losing weight, I didn't want to go with something that potentially in a few weeks time is going to take quite a lot of alteration. So I thought, let's go for something elasticated because that's easier to you know, expand and reduce with your waist, and comfier, and also easier to adjust if I want to. So I'm going to go for this ruby dress, which is basically elasticated waist. It is a button up front, but you don't actually need to do buttons all the way down because it is an elasticated waist. So I'm going to try and get away with just putting a button on the top or the top two, because I don't want to be putting buttonholes all the way down, but we'll see. And the great thing about it is the buttons that I got in my Little Miss So and So subscription box that I didn't use for my Hinterland dress, these white ones here, will go perfectly with the dress, with the fabric that I've received, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, now this is free if you sign up to their newsletter, so yeah, if you like the look of this skirt, head over and get that done, get that printed off. Now as I said, I'm not going to show you the fabric, but it's all cut out and ready to go, and I just need to change the thread on my overlocker because it's black at the moment and I need to change it to white, which gives you a little bit of an idea. So yeah, that is where I am with that. The next couple are also frugal makes actually, because I need to crack on with it. So the first one is for Alice. This is the Rowan Tea by Misusu Patterns. I always say it wrong. Is it on there? It doesn't say. And I'm making it in this lovely hedgehog print fabric. Now luckily the pattern, I already had this, so I didn't have to print it off or anything, and it's in the size 2 to 3, and it's quite oversized. So although Alice is 3, I've just gone with this just for ease really, and I thought it would be an okay fit for her. So I've cut this out, and again that needs white overlocker thread, so I'll be making that up this week, very, very quick. So then moving on to my next couple of plans. The first one, well, I'll say there are 2 items that make up the same outfit. So I'm going to be making myself some pyjamas, and I'm going to be making it in my Lady McElroy, is it a brush cotton? I think it's a brush cotton, but it's basically this fabric here. So this I got in my So HAYLEY Jane box. It's all washed and ironed, and I ordered this navy fabric to go with it from Pound Fabrics because the navy I had in my stash was too dark. And I'm going to make the Closet Courty, which is a free pattern. It's a new to me pattern. I haven't made this one before, and I'm going to make the view. There's a crop version and a long version. I'm making the long version because I want my tummy covered when I'm in bed, and I think I'm going up a size, I think, as well, because I like it quite baggy. I've got ideas to cut out a heart in this fabric and put it onto here, and then do some embroidery around it. I'm going to do that on the pocket, so I'm excited about that but slightly scared. But you know, in my Make 9 I have said I want to do more embroidery. I want to do embroidery on clothes, so that's what I'm thinking of doing. So that's what that's the pattern I'm using for the t-shirt. And then the pattern I'm using for the trouser part is 584 Patterns, which I'm a brand ambassador for. They have a free pyjama pattern for adults and children, so I have printed that pattern off, and it's elasticated waist, and I'm going to make that. I am thinking maybe to do a bit of piping down the side, but I haven't decided yet, so watch this space for that. But that is that. So I've cut out those patterns, stuck them together, and these just need to be cut out, which is next on the pile of things to do this week. I can't wait for some cozy pyjamas. And then the other thing that I've been doing this week is I've been working really hard with Claire and Crystal. So Crystal's My Social Thread and Claire at Stitch Hem Sew. We are all getting ready for our wonderful, wonderful Selfless challenge that's coming in April. Now, we ran this challenge last year. It's a Selfless Sew April challenge, and it's obviously 23 this year. If you want to have a look at last year, if you follow the hashtag Selfless Sew 20, so April 22, you can see all the entries from last year. And basically we had over 600 entries, and considering me and Crystal were quite new YouTubers, I was so happy with that. Now this year we are doing it slightly differently. We are doing the vloggers tour, which we didn't do last year. It was just me and Crystal and Claire promoting it last year, but this year we're asking the vlogger community to get behind it, and they're already putting their names down. So at least one vlogger a day will be talking to you about their plans and inspiration for Selfless Sew April. Now the premise of Selfless Sew April is, it's a bit of a tongue twister, but the premise of it is to basically sew for other people. Now this really changed my sewing practice last year. Before I did this challenge, I didn't make anything for anybody else, and this challenge just really opened my eyes up to how rewarding it can be to make things for other people. And since then I make so much stuff for my kids, well, mostly Alice. I've made hoodies for my husband, and I've also made a dressing gown for my best friend. And yeah, it's just such a lovely feeling when someone appreciates it, and yeah, I really enjoy it. Now we had loads of prizes last year, and this year we've got even more. So we've got over 50 sponsors, and some of our top prizes are $50 pounds gift vouchers. Amazing. And don't worry, for those of you that aren't in the UK, we have gift vouchers from Australian fabric stores, we have PDFs, we have so much. So it's really worth you entering, because there'll definitely be a prize for you. So I've rambled on a bit there, but yes, we've been getting ready for that. So we've been contacting all the sponsors. Thank you, sponsors, you know who you are. We have been getting the artwork ready. We've been getting other vloggers involved. So yeah, it's going to be an absolutely great challenge, and looking forward to getting involved myself. It's just a shame I can't win any of the prizes, but never mind. Now, plans for next week. I've already talked about plans a little bit for next week. So it's finishing my Irene dress, getting my pyjamas sewn up, and the skirt, and the So Frugal t-shirt for Alice. Not too much then. And the other thing I'm going to be doing is my beanbag pattern with my UK Fabrics Online fabric. It's a 30-minute sew apparently, so I'm going to try and squeeze that in a lunch hour, I hope. So that's the fabric for that. Yeah, I think that's all my plans for next week. Is that enough? Yeah, that's enough. As you know, on Saturday I'm going to the Creative Craft Show. I'm going with the lovely Sew Sarah Style. I'm also, hopefully, fingers crossed, if she's feeling well enough, Bex from What Bex Sews is coming. She hasn't been very well lately, so she's waiting to hear back from the doctor if that's something she can do. So that'd be really nice to see her if she can go. And also I'm doing the catwalk for Crafty Sew and Sew along with loads of other vloggers, following our makes from the Dressmakers Ball. So those of you that don't know, Crafty Sew and Sew hosts the Dressmakers Ball. I went last year. I made a dress for it. I put a picture in, and I was very, very happy with it. Really, really challenged me as a new sewist, and didn't think I'd ever wear it again, to be honest with you. But a couple of others are going to be doing the catwalk, so because I was going anyway, I thought, yeah, why the hell not? So a little bit nervous about it. I don't mind doing this type of thing where it's just me talking to the camera, but in front of lots of people, that's going to be quite scary. So I've washed that dress. I need to just give it a little press because it's a bit creased. But yeah, I'll be doing the catwalk. So if you're going to the Creative Craft Show tomorrow, I'll be there doing the catwalk. I'm going to try and not buy too much fabric. I am going to be looking, I've got a list. I am going to be going for buttons and accessories. I want to build up my button stash. I want to get some labels that are just more plain because I've got so many labels that just don't go with the clothes that I sew. And I might get a bit of fabric if I see some, but I'm trying to be reserved. I've got a budget. I'm going to try and stick to it. Talking of fabric, I've got a little haul for you. Do you want to see it? Yeah, okay, I'll just get it. Okay, so I've got to really blame Alicia from Stitch and Ink Fabrics. She is very naughty. She got me twice this week. First of all, she had a 25% off her jersey fabrics, and I'd had my eye on this fabric. This fabric's been on her website for ages, and I wanted to get it for Alice, but I've ummed and ahed about it and not bought it. But when I saw that there's 25% off, I just thought, sod it, I'm going to get it. So it is a damaged piece of fabric, but it's not really damaged. Can't even find the issue with it now. So it's got this little mark where the ink's not printed just there. I don't even know if you can see it. Here in the selvage. So I'm not worried at all. So yeah, this Shrek cotton jersey is a metre remnant piece, and it's been on there for ages, and Alice loves Shrek. So I think that'd be a really nice little t-shirt and shorts to make for her. So I think with the 25% discount off, it cost me £4 I think, or £3 something. So yeah, I just had to have that. I'd also had my eye on this fabric, and I'm thinking this will make a nice little pyjama top. They only had a metre left of this, and this is heart fabric. I initially was going to get it for Alice. I think it's called Be My Valentine, and I've got the larger print of it. Again, I think I got that for about £6 for the metre, so very, very happy with that. I think that's really cute. I'm loving navy at the moment. And then finally, I got this Cloud 9 organic cotton jersey, 100% cotton, and it's gorgeous. Got 1.5 meters of that. Want to make a Mandy boat tee or a Monroe turtleneck, which is the Chizuti pattern. And again, I think I got this for about £11 for 1.5 meters, so that's really, really good value. And all of these fabrics are on my stash hub already. Are you proud of me? After that happened, she then put out another, a few days later, 40% off everything. So I was a bit annoyed because I could have got 40% off that jersey, but actually some of that would have sold out. So then I got myself this fabric that I'd had my eye on, and it's this Belief in Yourself twill. Now I actually have this in a different colourway, and I made a jumpsuit in it. And I think it's very similar, but it was like a sky blue background. But I just love all these colours, orange, yellows, greens. So I had what she had left of that, which I think was 2 meters. Yeah, I got 2 meters of that. And I love viscose twill, and I just love that pattern. I love the leaf print. I can't remember how much I paid for this. But anyway, I think the whole order was £27. So yeah, I got that fabric, which is just gorgeous. So put that there. And then I've had my eye on this for a while as well, and she doesn't usually do the sale on these, but I really wanted it for tomorrow. I'm so glad it's come. Full of Adele's fabric. So this is personalised. You can get one that just says full of fabric for cheaper, but I've had the personalised full of Adele's fabric. Just love it. So yeah, Stitch and Ink Fabrics, amazing. So very happy with that. The final couple of pieces that I got was a iron-on badge. It says, oh, forever tired, because I am forever tired, having 3 children. And then I've lost the other thing. Oh. And then the other thing, I've had my eye on this little pin for a while, and it said Sewist on it, and I just love that. So that's a lovely little pin that's going to go on my pin board with all my other ones. So yeah, that was my little haul. I'm trying to be a little bit more restrained, but that was a little bit of a binge. But anyway, I thought because I did so well when I went to Barry's, I was quite happy with that. So yeah, all of those are now on Stash Hub. Very happy with myself. Progress on my Stash Hub. So far I'm still only on about 100 patterns, still got a lot more to put on. And my fabrics are about 190. And I've still got more to put on. So that's where I am. But I'm loving the app. Check it out if you don't have it. I'm starting to use the projects as well. The project is amazing. So for the 2 dresses that I've made, because I've created the project with the fabric and the pattern, you then say once you've completed it, and then it takes whatever you've used, it takes it off the remaining fabric. So now with that checkered fabric, it's showing that I've got half a metre left of it. So that's really good. Yeah, really loving it. I just can't wait to get everything on there. I need to stop buying it so I can get everything on there. But most of it's done now, so I'm happy. Oh, that is a massive, massive Friday sale. Okay, that is definitely all from me for now. I am absolutely exhausted now. So I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. And if you have, please click the like button. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. And if you want to support my channel further, you can buy me a coffee by using my Ko-fi account. Okay, I'll see you all soon and have a great day sewing. Oh, and remember, if you're going to the Creative Craft Show tomorrow and you see me in my dress, my checkered dress, come and say hello. I'd love to meet you. See you all soon. Bye, happy sewing.